All right, Kelly, we're going to take a look here at your swim stroke. We've got two views here in the window that you can see. Up top is the above water view, and down below the below water view, as you might expect. Um, First thing I can see, good body position, great head position here. We stop this and we'll see it a little bit better as you get closer, but your eyes are looking down and slightly forward in the pool. The water line just has a portion of the top of your head up above the water. Very, very nice. Exactly what we want to see. Your body is nice and horizontal in the water. However, a couple of things I want to point out, and here's a good one. Let's first look up top of the water. This recovery comes around really wide. What we'd like to see, rather than this straight arm that swings around, is we'd like to see that elbow come up with the arm, the forearm bent down. So nice when they say high elbows. Um, One thing that will help you to be able to do that is, as you can see here, you're swimming fairly flat, very little rotation. So if you rotate more on your side, that will allow you to get that elbow up a little more. The next issue with this arm, as we move this arm forward, so you can see a little bit of a bend here, but if we were more in this position, we would be able to do the next thing that I'm going to talk about, and that is what we really want you to do is we'd like you to enter the water somewhere in here, about 6 to 8 inches in front of your head. Your hand will enter first, pierce a little hole into the water, fingertips first, followed by your wrist, followed by your forearm, followed by your elbow, and then your upper arm. All should just pierce the water through that little hole that you've created and then extend out underneath the water. What we see here is that you're going to extend your hand out above the water, and actually looks like your wrist is about the last thing to go. Your entire upper arm is already in the water. Your hand is just going into the water. So almost the opposite of what we want to do. And the reason being is, um, well, twofold. One, whenever you hang something out here above the water, it causes your lower body to want to drop. Now, you're going to correct for this in several ways. One is you're going to kick a little bit extra. The other way, correct for this, and we'll see it right here. If we look at this bottom arm, the lower arm, uh, rather than extend out here, the forearm moves down where the elbow stays the same, and then the hand points down. That's followed by that forearm moving further down, hand down, forearm, hand, so that your elbow stays up in a real high, nice high position. Some people think of wrapping that arm around a barrel. Rather than that happening, so catch and then pull, what's going to happen, because you're going to extend this arm up, your recovery arm up over the water, this arm below water is just going to push straight down. And if we let this roll, we see it's just pushing straight down, nice straight, or not nice straight arm, but a straight arm. And finally, at this point, we start to bend the elbow and pull backwards. So effectively, you've lost from here all the way up here where your elbow started out. You've lost all that distance in pulling. You were pushing down, and that's to compensate for this upper arm up here hanging out over the top of the water. So we don't want that to happen. We want that arm to get in the water sooner and extend out underneath the water. One of the things that's going to help you do that is more rotation. We see the same thing here a little bit with the arm that was just extended out, your left arm. Um, Starts out in a really good position here. And rather than the next move, the forearm comes down a little, wrist flexes, followed by forearm, wrist, forearm, wrist. Arm moving in that type of position, we're going to see it go straight down. Pushing down. That pushing down keeps the hips and legs up at the top of the water. Again, here we see a wide, straight arm recovery. But the good things here, your body position, you're able to maintain that nice horizontal position. Your head is in beautiful position here. Once again, with the right arm, same thing. The arm comes out front, extended almost completely out before it actually enters the water. I don't remember if I told you, but the first reason that we didn't want to do that was that it caused the hips and legs to fall. The other reason is if you watch this arm enter the water, you see all that turbulence that's created. All that turbulence just goes to slow you down. There's no, matter of fact, it's negative speed advancement. So we don't want all this splashing around. We want our swim stroke to be as splash free as possible as you pierce through the water. Excellent body position. Now here on this one, you started to have that arm bend. If this happened just a little bit early and you entered the water right in here, that would be great. Here we're seeing another thing too, the other thing, and this is also adding to the hips and legs wanting to drop to the bottom. And that's the head position when you take a breath. We look here at the start of your breath, excellent head position, eyes looking down. As you go to take that breath, see what happens here with the head. Look how high it's gotten now. Almost the entire head out of the water here. So if we go back here, go back. Okay, nice head position. If you look at your spine head angle, they're in line here. And as you go to take that breath and that head comes up, we maintain the same spine angle essentially, but the head angle, neck angle is this way. So we want to maintain that spine angle, spine, neck in the same angle, and rotate the head without lifting the top of the head. Another thing here on the breathing is you've over-rotated a bit. So rather than looking out towards the side here, we have you looking up at the sky. There's no need to rotate that far, especially if you do it without lifting. What we should see essentially is as you rotate through the water, we should see one goggle up above the water and one below, and the water line kind of bisecting your face there. And now you come back to that really great head position that you started with. So work on the head position when you breathe, getting these arms a nice high elbow recovery, and getting the hand in the water pretty close in front of your face, and then extending that hand, that arm out underneath the water, not above the water. A little more rotation, but that's a secondary thing. The first two things that you really need to work on are the head position when you breathe and these arms. Um, Lots of good things going on in your stroke, so there's a good view of the head lifting and over rotating. You can see the whole top of your head out of the water here. Like I said, lots of good things happening in your stroke. Nice kick generated from the hips. Your legs are fairly straight throughout the entire kick. Very nice. There was a really nice thing. The finish on your right hand here, after you finally do start to do a pull, your palm is faced backwards. And as we watch, we'll see that palm all the way up to the top of the water. Very nice. Nice finish on the stroke. If you correct that head position and the arms coming in to the water, that's going to make it so that it's not necessary for you to push that arm down, and you will be able to pull right at the very beginning of your stroke. Good job. We will take a look at the front view, and we should see the same things, Kelly.